Throughout the last two videos where we did both a 100% completion and a 40-minute long guide, I feel like I've done most of what I wanted to do in the current version of the game. So today, we are looking at the future of what Chef RPG has in store for us in the upcoming months, all the way to the 1.0 release. Now, as of September of last year, this was the roadmap that the developers themselves released, and the current major update that they're working on is the Festivals and Relationship update. So we'll go ahead and do a deep dive of everything we know about the next version of the game. As the title says, one of the biggest additions for the next major update are the new seasonal festivals and everything that is going to be associated with that, including new seasonal ingredients. In my 100-hour journey, one thing that really bothered me was how, unlike in similar games, going from spring to summer to fall felt pretty much the same aside from visual changes. With this being a food-related game, the lack of seasonal ingredient changes made my menu selection stale. Since the same items were always available, there was no real reason to change or try anything else other than my most profitable dishes, and while that was efficient, this felt like a huge missed opportunity to truly mix things up and adjust the menu based on what's available in the season, which is how it generally is in the real world. I had my moneymakers and I just had to stock the same things. Eventually, that got pretty boring. But with the upcoming update, based on what they wrote on their Steam posts, it seems the goal of adding these new seasonal ingredients is exactly what we wanted. Incentives for changing and adapting your restaurant menu, and in addition, they're even adding shopping discounts and unique groups of customers, which I'm not exactly sure what that means yet, but it's probably similar to how when you're hosting an event, there would be menu requirements like certain people wanting vegan or seafood menu. This is most likely similar to that, but instead, these people are going to be asking for dishes requiring various seasonal ingredients, which also creates the challenge of needing to have ingredients ready despite them being out of season. As for the festivals themselves, the best early concept that I could really find was this video from 4 years ago in the developer's devlog channel where he talked about a Halloween-themed pumpkin collecting minigame. But keep in mind, during this time, it was literally just a concept. So the best point of reference is probably Stardew Valley, where the whole town will gather on the event day for that season. There'd be challenges or mini-games, access to limited items like cosmetics and ingredients, and then of course, additional stories. Now they did say in the same post that certain festivals will possess romance-related activities like finding a partner, similar to the flower dance event in Stardew, but aside from that, I couldn't find any other information. Let's move forward to the romance section. The biggest news about the long-awaited complete romance update is, unfortunately, that it's being moved to the 1.0 release. Now, before you raise your pitchforks, here's what the developer had to say. First of all, they confirmed that romance will not only include a complete storyline for your chosen romantic partner to develop their character, but will get to the point of being able to marry and even have kids with the various single NPCs in the game. With that in mind, they decided to move it because a lot of the significant areas like story areas, exciting dating spots, and giftable delicacies are not in the game just yet, so it'll feel half-assed in this update. Not to mention that a lot of the remaining romanceable characters live in the whole new city area that they're planning to add in the future, so all of those led to the decision of moving the update. If you're curious about the remaining romanceable NPCs, I found these guys in the wiki who already have art assets but cannot be found in the game just yet. So most likely, these are the new people we'll meet in the city area. For those of you who found the restaurant service minigame to be a little bit too simple for your liking, this one's for you. They've been listening to the feedback during the past couple months, and coming in the festivals update are improvements to player interactivity and the minigames. What this means is that they are now going to add a layer of slight complexity to the service minigame by allowing the players to dynamically view the service quality and react, which I think might be similar to how in Traveler's Rest, you can directly deal with rowdy customers, or in this case, impatient ones, and you'll get an indicator that will let you know what the general mood is in the current service. They also said that they're making massive changes to the cooking minigames that will better resemble real-life cooking, which is great because after doing the current minigames the first few times, I didn't want to do it anymore and opted in for auto cook. My hope is that they make it a higher risk, higher reward option for getting dish quality up. Like for example, the minigame themselves should be way shorter while taking more skill. So if you're skilled enough to do, let's say, a 10-second Osu-style food minigame, your dish quality goes up and the speed of cooking goes up, giving you faster and higher quality service time. But for those who just want to relax, they can turn on auto cooking and have the current version and they'll still be able to do whatever on a second monitor. Now, combine that with the new seasonal ingredients requiring you to constantly change and adapt your menu, and we've got something quite special brewing here. I'm definitely looking forward to what they came up with. Before moving forward, I'd like to first thank the sponsor of this video, Gamivo.com. Do you want cheaper games? Little low on the gaming budget because you got bills to pay? Well, I've got you covered. Gamivo is an online platform for gamers where you can get your favorite games at the best prices. They've got a huge selection for all of the major platforms, and not only that, but aside from cheaper games, they've kindly prepared a 5% discount code for the viewers of the channel. That's right, if you head to the link down below in the pinned comment or the description of this video, it'll direct you straight to their website. Pick any game you want, and on the checkout page, make sure to type in code Kaganath to take advantage of the 5% off. In addition, if you want exclusive daily or monthly discounts and VIP access to a 24/7 live chat with their support team, go ahead and sign up for Gamivo Smart. It comes with everything I mentioned, plus pre-order priority and a free customer protection program. All of that for only $1.15 a month. They're also verified in Trustpilot, having amazing reviews, so you'll know that your purchases are protected. So if you want to get your favorite games at discounted prices and support this channel at the same time, head on over there with the link down below and make sure not to miss out on the 5% discount with code Kaganath. Let's get back to the video. Moving on to the next major update, let's talk about the fishing overhaul. I've seen a lot of people complaining about the current version of fishing in this game, but I couldn't really find anything that lets us know how they're planning on improving it. But from the old roadmap post, what we can at least determine is that there will be more types of fishing minigames in the future. So if you have any suggestions on how you want them to improve it, now might be the perfect time to send in feedback before the dev team starts working on them. There's also going to be a whole new area dedicated for fishing, new bosses, new side quests, and all that good stuff. My speculation is that we'll probably get more seafood ingredients and meet new characters in the new area as well. Maybe we can catch a boat to a different island, which would make sense because there was this cyberpunk fishing vessel that the developer teased way back on the channel. And based on the dev's reply on one of the comments, it seems like we'll also be getting a whole underwater area on top of region and season specific seafood ingredients. Lastly, for this update, translations to different languages are also coming, as according to their post, the text will be more finalized at this point in the development. Finally, let's talk about the 1.0 release. What we'll have for 1.0 is of course the complete story, the deeper romance that was moved from the festivals update, and the new city area. I think the biggest teaser would be this video where he was working on the design of a tiny scene in the city, and as you can see, it's a lot more industrial, with one of the major elements being taken directly from the iron structure of the Eiffel Tower. So definitely a different feel from the relaxing atmosphere of the locations we currently have in the game. Going back to the earliest post made from when the early access version first launched, it also says here that we will get more restaurants to manage in addition to La Sequoia and the Tea House. So that's probably a restaurant from the city and in the other places they're looking to add in the game. And then perhaps one of the most interesting upcoming features is the end game content. I hope that what we're going to be getting for end game is not just collecting achievements, ingredients, or recipes, but something actually meaningful in terms of scaling our character's restaurant business. What I said back in my 100% completion review was that I'm hoping that we could hire managers so we could run multiple restaurants at the same time without physically being there, because what's the point of having multiple restaurants if you could only run one at a time? Lastly, there's chef mode. It's not really stated on which specific update this will drop, but basically the devs are considering adding a more challenging game mode for players who find the current no time limit, no restriction approach to be a bit too easy and unengaging. The original proposal was for it to have a more rigid structure, like having a set schedule where you gather ingredients in the day while being required to open the restaurant every night at 6 p.m, on top of having monthly reputation goals lest your restaurant closes or something. But they said that it's going through testing and experimentation currently, so it may differ from the original idea. So that's everything we currently know about the upcoming updates. If you have any ideas for improvement, comment them down below and let's all hope the developer sees them, or you can send them a direct feedback. Thank you to our patrons for continuously supporting the channel. If you'd like to become a part of that, or even be a member on YouTube for these exclusive perks, feel free to join in. Hit that like and subscribe button for more content like this, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye bye.